Hello guys, my name is Dio Costa and today we're going to be doing some Python programming. In the last lesson we looked at how to store data in variables, but this time we're going to be looking at how can we ask the user to actually input some data. So we're going to be looking at how we can make our programs interactive and actually taking in some data from the actual user. So over here the PDF is saying that we are going to take in input from the user using the input function. What this looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like. So firstly, we're going to need a variable to actually store that data that we get in. The program is giving us our example of name. Name equals, and instead of actually entering the data, we're going to say name equals input. I'm going to ask a question to the user. What is your name? So what the program is going to do is it's going to simply print this out, what is your name, and it's going to wait for the user to input something. Whatever the user inputs is what will be printed out. Is what will ever be printed out over here, and it's what will be stored in the name variable. So, let's do print hello plus name. So, let's go through. What does this actually mean? So, what's your name? Right, here we go. So, what I'm doing is, what I've just done is I've actually inputted some data. I haven't pressed enter yet, so it's not being added to the variable yet. But the program is asking for some input. I have responded with an input, Diogo, being in this case, and that's going to get stored into the name. So instead of me going name equals Diogo, instead the program's asked me what the data is, and it will be input, and it'll store that into the name variable. So when I press enter, it prints hello Diogo. And it's done that because it got Diogo from that input, stored it into the name variable, then it'll print hello plus whatever the value of name is, which is Diogo. Now there's some spacing issues, I don't know if you've all noticed. Hello needs a space, and also when I entered the data, there was no space. Doesn't look that nice, does it? Let's add a space over here as well. So we F5 this, we get a lovely space over here. Diogo, hello Diogo. So there we go. That's not really a task, but it's nice. It's not really a task, it just teaches you how to do the rest of the tasks. Right, task 3A is the proper task. Write a program that asks for the town you live in and replies, I love visiting, brackets, town name. So, we're going to copy that the 2 lines of code we've just done. We're going to Control-C, Control-V. And we're going to change the variable. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to do city instead. Let's give it actually a suitable variable name, because we're going to be asking this where you live, city, I guess. And we're going to change the question to where do you live? We're going to change this to, and I'm double clicking, so double clicking on hello to select it, and I'm just deleting it and typing in I love visiting, not London, sorry. That is the variable, and we're going to change the name. So again, I double clicked on it, highlighted everything, change it to city, because that's the variable name I called it. And I'm going to press F5. It's going to ask, what is your name? Diogo. Hello Diogo, where do you live? I live in London. I love visiting London. There we go, simple. Next task. Write a program that asks your first name, then asks your last name. Finally greets you with your full name. So let's do that. We're going to copy the name again. And I'm going to be changing the variable name. Now, this is where I'll talk about different naming conventions. There are different ways you can name your variable. Well, the way you name your variable. So, one way you could do it is you could do what's called snake case. And what that simply is doing, so for this example, first name, do first underscore name. We use an underscore to represent a new word. So if we add multiple words, we use underscore. Now that's called snake case, but that is not the way I name my variables. You could use snake case if you wish. I think it's also a nice way of doing it. But I'm used to doing lowercase for the first word, then an uppercase for the second word, and it's only the first letter of each word. So first name will have a lowercase, always the first word will always have a lowercase, and the subsequent other words will have a capital name, have a capital letter for each word. So look at this. First name. What is your first name? And we'll just double click on it to modify. Well, we don't want to say hello yet, do we? Okay, no, we will just copy this line now and do this one. Change that to surname. Well, like that. Huh? Yeah, we'll do it like that. Surname. Surname. Yeah, we'll do it like this. It's fine. Actually, we'll do last name instead. The program says last name, so we'll do last name. Actually, I've changed that. What is your last name? We say hello, first name, plus last name. And I'm double clicking on it, Control C, Control V. Now, what you're going to notice is when I press F5, let's just do this quickly. Is that they're together. Again, spacing issues. There is a issue with spacing. Let's just fix that quickly. Space. So now, when we do this, and I'm just going to press enter to just skip these questions. Again, you'll just see hello, nothing, because actually I didn't input anything on name, so the value of name is nothing. There's nothing there. There's no value. Hello, Diogo Costa. There we go. That's lovely. Next is write a program that asks your name and prints out 5 times. Now, there are different ways you could approach this. Let's just go with, yeah, we're going to use this name again. So, what is your name? And what we could do is what we could simply just do is say name plus name plus name plus name plus name. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5 times. Let's just skip these questions. Then it's Trevor they want us to put, so let's do Trevor. And so we've done, what is your name, Trevor? And it does like this. Trevor with, again, no spaces. And imagine if we start adding spaces, what starts to happen is it will probably get quite long in this piece of code. What you could do instead of that, so yeah, let's actually just keep this as reference. And let me actually just show you how long this will go. Here. First for each one, I don't know for each one. Oh, missing a plus. Trevor. There we go. So we've done Trevor. Now the issue is that it's quite long and it's quite inefficient. Instead what we could do is we could say print name times 5. Okay, that's an issue. That's not how we do it. Hold on. Times 5, maybe inside the bracket, I think. Yeah, there we go. So, again, there's the issue with no spaces. That could easily simply just be fixed. We just do a plus, do that, then. So let me explain to you what's going on. So we're going to put name plus a space, and what we're going to do is the asterisk means multiply. We're going to do that 5 times. We want this to be printed out 5 times. That's what the asterisk just means. Let's just multiply this. Let's just repeat this 5 times. Or do this 5 times. However you wish to say. So Trevor. Again, that did not work. Okay. Okay, so that doesn't seem to work. Okay, I know why. Because you can't do it like this. Because we want to because here it's not understanding exactly. It's just not understanding. I want to repeat the name variable 5 times. So what we'll just do instead, we'll just say name, and this is again referencing back to a previous lesson. Name equals name plus a space. Let's try that instead. And there we go. Trevor 5 times. So Python doesn't like it when you say, oh, let's just add a space. Yeah, it doesn't like that. What's probably doing is doing the space 5 times. I bet you. Yeah, you gotta make it, okay, we want the variable 5 times. So what we've just done is we just add a space instead to the variable. And that's another way you could actually do it as well. So instead of having these, what you could do is remove that and just do this, and then have the name 5 times. But I feel like this way is more efficient than actually doing it like that. So that's it for today's lesson. The next lesson we're going to be looking at doing calculations. Multiplication, addition, subtraction, division. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Goodbye.